Following a prolonged absence, Kelly Ripa made a triumphant return to her famous show, and her reappearance had fans buzzing with anticipation. What did viewers think of Kelly's comeback in the latest episodes, and how was it received? The popular talk show had not featured Kelly Ripa for several days. It's hard to imagine a live broadcast without Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos at the helm. The duo usually steers the conversation toward light-hearted topics and away from heavier subjects like politics. Audiences know they can expect an upbeat segment whenever they tune in. Many fans believe the show feels incomplete without the chemistry Kelly and Mark bring, and they were disappointed when Kelly Ripa missed a few episodes. After a week without fresh shows, viewers were quick to voice their opinions when Kelly returned to her regular programming on Monday, August 11th. When Kelly stepped back onto the set, many fans were thrilled. Kelly Ripa returned with enthusiasm, and viewers couldn't hide their excitement. Most fans were happy to see new episodes, especially since many other popular shows were already on summer hiatus. Although some viewers expressed frustration with the show's taped segments, many were annoyed to learn that Monday's episode had been pre-recorded. Still, it featured new interviews with Gina Davis and Seth MacFarlane. One viewer commented, "I'm just happy to see Kelly again." Another added, "Finally, Kelly is back." Someone else wrote, "Hi Kelly, hi Mark." Another commenter urged fans to stop being overly critical, pointing out that during the summer, reruns of shows like Drew and The View often air. For nearly 2 decades, August has traditionally been a slower month, as hosts take time to recharge before the new season. New introductions are often filmed for reruns, and the show would not disappear because of a short break. Another viewer noted that August has historically been a downtime period, giving hosts space to work on other projects and enjoy a vacation. They usually return by late August or early September. Do you think Kelly Ripa's return after a week away was a welcome moment? Or do you feel some critics were a bit too harsh? Share your thoughts in the comments. Losing one half of a married hosting duo can feel like hearing a familiar song with a missing note, especially when the show relies so heavily on their natural connection. Both devoted viewers and casual fans noticed a shift in rhythm on Live with Kelly and Mark during Kelly Ripa's absence. For many, her return on Monday, August 11th, felt more than just a routine comeback. The show's tone and energy noticeably changed. This deeper look explores the weeks leading up to Kelly's absence, the episode that marked her return, the audience reaction, and how one host can have an outsized impact on a daytime talk show. We move through the challenges between live broadcasts and taped episodes, the flood of unfiltered fan reactions across social media, and the familiar midsummer patterns of daytime television. Watching TV can sometimes feel predictable, with audiences knowing exactly what to expect. Long-standing chemistry, playful banter, and recurring segments create a comforting rhythm viewers grow attached to. Over years of sharing the couch, Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa have built that kind of bond. As a result, Kelly's absence left a noticeable void. For many fans, the details of her time away were less important than the tonal shift felt throughout the show. The hosts are known for keeping things light, steering clear of heavy politics, and offering viewers a midday escape. Some felt that spark was missing without Kelly. Absences in daytime television aren't uncommon. Shows adjust when hosts are ill, need time off, or are pursuing other projects. Still, not every return carries the same impact. Kelly's return after a week away highlighted just how central she is to the show's identity. On Monday, August 11th, Kelly returned to her co-hosting role, but with one catch: the episode had already been recorded. The fact that the episode was pre-recorded did little to diminish the excitement surrounding Kelly Ripa's return. For many longtime viewers, simply seeing her back in her familiar seat was enough to restore the sense of normalcy they associate with their daily viewing routine. Daytime television thrives on habit, and Live with Kelly and Mark has spent years embedding itself into the mornings and afternoons of millions of households. When that rhythm is disrupted, even briefly, the absence is felt more deeply than producers sometimes anticipate. Kelly's presence on the show has always been more than just that of a host reading cue cards or introducing celebrity guests. She serves as the emotional compass of the program, guiding conversations with humor, empathy, and an unmistakable sense of warmth. Her rapport with Mark Consuelos is not manufactured for television. It's built on decades of shared life experiences, inside jokes, and an ease that simply can't be replicated. When Kelly was away, the show continued, but the energy subtly shifted, leaving some viewers feeling that something essential was missing. Social media became a central hub for fans to express these sentiments. Platforms like X, Instagram, and Facebook were flooded with comments analyzing the tonal shift during Kelly's absence. Some viewers were supportive and understanding, acknowledging that breaks are necessary, especially during the summer months. Others, however, were more vocal about how much they missed her presence, noting that the conversations felt flatter or less spontaneous without her signature humor. The response highlighted just how emotionally invested audiences have become in daytime hosts over the years. Unlike primetime programming, where shows come and go, daytime talk shows often build loyalty over decades. Viewers grow older alongside the hosts, experiencing life's milestones in parallel. In Kelly's case, audiences have watched her evolve from co-host to cultural fixture, making her temporary absence feel personal rather than procedural. When the August 11th episode aired, many viewers tuned in specifically to gauge how the show felt with Kelly back in place. Even though the episode had been taped, fans immediately noted a shift in pacing and tone. The banter between Kelly and Mark returned to its familiar cadence, and the exchanges felt more relaxed and playful. Small moments, shared glances, offhand jokes, and spontaneous laughter served as reminders of why the duo resonates so strongly with audiences. The guest interviews also seemed to benefit from Kelly's return. Her conversational style often encourages guests to open up, blending professionalism with an approachable charm that puts people at ease. While guest appearances had continued during her absence, some fans felt the interviews regained their spark once Kelly was back, even in a pre-recorded format. This moment also sparked broader discussions about the nature of summer programming in daytime television. Traditionally, summer has been a slower season, marked by reruns, taped episodes, and rotating guest hosts. Networks assume audiences expect lighter schedules during these months, but the strong reaction to Kelly's brief absence suggests that viewers still crave consistency, even during off-peak periods. It's a reminder that loyal audiences notice every change, no matter how temporary. Another layer to the conversation centered on transparency. While many viewers were understanding about the break, some expressed curiosity about the reasons behind Kelly's absence. The lack of detailed explanation led to speculation, though most fans ultimately focused on the relief of seeing her return rather than dwelling on unanswered questions. In today's media landscape, where audiences are accustomed to constant updates, even short gaps can fuel discussion. From a production standpoint, Kelly's return underscored the delicate balance daytime shows must maintain. Hosts are human beings with personal lives, families, and professional obligations beyond the studio. At the same time, they are the face of the brand, and their presence is integral to the show's identity. Navigating time off without disrupting viewer loyalty is an ongoing challenge, and Kelly's comeback offered a case study in how deeply a single host can influence audience perception. For Kelly herself, returning to the show seemed to mark a reset rather than a dramatic turning point. There were no grand speeches or emotional monologues, just a seamless reintegration into the familiar format. That understated approach may have been intentional, reinforcing the idea that Live with Kelly and Mark is built on continuity rather than spectacle. Sometimes the most powerful statement is simply showing up and doing what you've always done well. Looking ahead, Kelly's return raises questions about how daytime television will evolve in an era of streaming, shifting viewing habits, and increased competition for attention. Yet moments like this suggest that the core appeal of these shows remains unchanged: connection, familiarity, and the comfort of seeing trusted faces each day. As long as hosts like Kelly Ripa continue to foster that bond, audiences are likely to remain invested, even through occasional absences. Ultimately, Kelly Ripa's brief time away and subsequent return served as a reminder of her central role in the show's success. It highlighted the emotional ties viewers form with daytime personalities and the subtle ways energy and tone can shift when one element is missing. While the episode may have been pre-recorded, the response was very real, proving once again that in daytime television, presence matters, and Kelly's presence in particular carries lasting impact.